Hello and welcome back to Divine University. I am your Divine Goddess Counselor here on duty. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment because this is going to be kind of a deep, kind of a heavy, just conversation that I wanted to have with the collective and whoever comes across this video. I definitely want to say, and when I title this, it's definitely going to say something about light workers being activated and divine masculine and divine feminine, because things are really getting deep, guys, and things are really getting real, whether, we want to realize it or not. And I thought, what better day than the day that one of my ancestors, which was my mom, transitioned. She transitioned 24 years ago on this day. At the time, I was only 11 years old. So, and when I went through my spiritual awakening last February, as a matter of fact, it was a very hard transition to really come to the acknowledgement of understanding that, I have a different purpose for my life. And that purpose is to help, wake up the masses. I love tarot reading. I will continue to do tarot reading, continue to, perfect my craft. But the thing that I really, want to get across to all of you is that we definitely have a deeper mission here. And with everything that is going on in the world, it's really time to wake up, and it's time for people who identify themselves as light workers, even if you don't know. If you've been getting the nudges, if you've been getting the insight, if your ancestors have been speaking to you, it is time to come to the forefront. And that's just period. It's time to activate. That was the message that, I kept getting today. On this day, I got back to, kind of feeling a weird energy. And I didn't want to think that it was because of my mom transition on this day. But there was a message that I needed to give you all. And with everything that's going on, it's really time for us to get in line. It's time for us to wake up to what is going on around us and get out of the living in this 3D reality that has been structured for us. It's time to start coming from a place of love, a place of compassion as well. And when I tell you it's time for the light workers to activate, that means that it's time for us to start speaking out about our gifts, about the things that we've been told, and the energies that we are receiving on a daily. It's just time, because a lot of people are going to perish unless, we start opening up and not being scared of what somebody or what people are going to think of us for using our gift for good. A lot of people do use this gift for, evil or bad, as you can say. But for those light workers that are here to do this work, it's time for us to start getting out there. And like I said, we can do the tarot cards, we can do that, but we also have to talk about real life. And in real life, this divine feminine, this divine masculine journey, this is real. You know what I'm saying? It's real because we have to understand, in order for us to be able to sustain in this world that we are moving to, we have to move as a unit. We have to move as a family. And if we do not have the divine feminine, the divine masculine at the head of that family, we're going to all perish. I heard a report the other day that most of the people who were dying in Texas from this so-called, snowstorm that we received were women and children. And the first thing I thought about was, damn, you know what I'm saying? Where's the man? Where's the divine masculines? Because we are now living in a space where being in serious relationships that you are building on is like a folk tale. Like the shit just isn't true. But at the end of the day, unless we all come together, unless we start coming into union with our divine partner, And it's not necessarily who you think it is who God's spirit divine, whatever you believe in, is whoever that they lead you to. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, we all have work to do, but at the end of the day, the bigger picture is it's time for us to start coming together, and it's time to cut out all the BS. And that's just period. You know what I'm saying? All the childishness, all the back and forth, because we must understand when we have broken families, that's only vulnerability that's showing. You know, we have a lot of women and children who are out here vulnerable because it's just a woman trying to hold a whole household down. Or it could be vice versa, or a man trying to hold a household down. But at the end of the day, all this mess that these celebrities and everybody is showing us, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, irrelevant things. This is keeping us preoccupied with what's really going on and what we really need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? We have, you know, the Instagram models, we have the rappers, the entertainers. You know, we always hearing stories about their lives and this and this and that, and that's taking the attention away from what really needs to be going on, and that's the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming into union. Let me light my sage. Because here's the deal. We have to also understand that the world we living in is changing right before our eyes. And this is not to scare anybody. This is not to, you know, put anybody in fear. But what we have to understand at this moment right now is that we are moving into a time where everything that we have leaned on, all these things that we are leaned on, it can be snatched away from us in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I had friends and family who didn't have water for a week, electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the powers that be are playing with us. You know what I'm saying? And we are still stuck at a point where we worrying about what the celebrities doing, what the entertainers are doing, you know, instead of us worrying about where we are trying to go and where we want our babies, our kids, you know what I'm saying, what we want to have for them in the future. Shit is getting real. And like I say, we have a lot of people on here playing about this divine feminine and this divine masculine journey, but it's real because it's time for us to connect to our higher powers and start living in the 5D. Because I'm sure, I don't care what anybody say, we are all getting downloads. But it's just who chooses to listen to it, who chooses to really, you know what I'm saying, who chooses to really acknowledge what they're hearing and what they're feeling. It's time for us to let go of what no longer serves us. Let go of the idea of being with somebody who doesn't want to be with us. It's time for us to move on and continue to work on ourselves so that our divine masculine or divine feminine, whatever you might resonate with, comes into our 3D in order for us to take it to the next level on the 5D. We all got to get in line at this point. The time out for playing is over. The time for going from this person to that person to this person, having kids here, kids with this person, those days, it's time for that to be over with. That's chap. That's chap. It's over with. And it's time for people who identify as light workers to come to the forefront. It's time for us to use our capabilities and our abilities to help awaken our fellow brothers and our fellow sisters to this journey and where we need to be headed. Because I'm not going to say that it's a loss, because we can still win this war in this reality. But we have to strengthen ourselves. We have to strengthen ourselves mentally, physically. We have to bring back in balance. There's no balance when you have just a mom at home with kids or just a father at home with the kid. You know, there's no balance. It's time to wake up, and it's time to help wake other people up and not go along with the program. It's over. The time is done with just going with what the narrative is. That's done. If you don't agree with it, or if you see, or if you feel like you can help somebody, do it. Just don't sit in the background anymore. Now we have to start opening our mouths. It's time for us to lead our people to where we need to be, because we are behind, y'all. We are behind. We have so many broken people, so many broken homes. You know, mental health is just, just all over the place. And it was all by design. We are powerful in numbers. And when you start with just the power within a family structure, and you link up with another family, you see what I'm saying? Y'all link up with another. See where I'm going with this? There's power in numbers. So I'm gonna say this for my divine masculines and for my divine feminines. Continue to work on self. It's time to stop going back and forth with somebody who's not trying to be there. It's only so much we can do. It's only so much when it comes to coming into a union, a marriage, a partnership with somebody who doesn't want to, because we have to progress now. We have to understand that that's not the only person for us. Especially if that person isn't willing to change, especially after you let them know what is going on, and you let them know that, hey, we're on this journey, and hey, we need to either get it together or it's over. We got to push on. It's time to start building back the family structure at this point. Should no woman, should no child be left out in the cold or struggling, just because the person that they had kids with doesn't want to commit or doesn't want to take their relationship to the next level? Or have you waiting for years for some type of commitment that may never come? No. It's time to move on. It's time to fix our inner issues. It's time to bring back balance in order to bring the divine partner that is for us. Yeah, I just want to say, send in prayers, send in, just positive energy, positive vibes to everybody, no matter whether you're in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, wherever you were, who has been, devastated by this winter weather. We definitely want to send positive vibe, love, and light to you all. And, like I said, it's time for the light workers to activate. It's time to share our gift with the world. It's time to not be scared anymore about judgment or what people are going to say or what people are going to think. Because if we don't, it's not going to be a great outcome. And that's the direction that we headed. We have to start focusing on what really matters. We have all these things working against people coming into knowing who they are. And it's time for us to block out those things in order for us to ascend. But yeah, don't forget, please like, share, comment. And like I said, this is just something that's, coming off the dome. And I'm definitely going to start doing more just, conversations, because it's time for us to, it's time for us to start moving in a different direction. It's time for us to, get serious about, this journey that we are on. It's time for us light workers to truly activate, come together, and, start raising the vibration of this world. I love you guys to the moon and back. This is Divine Goddess Counselor, and I will see you guys on the next one. Toodles.